It says show 'em.
Action. Hey.
I'm his mama.
Alright, so we got all my people here today.
Go Troy.
Good evening, you guys. I'm going to be talking to y'all about Mahatma Gandhi. He's a very important person that does not get enough recognition in this world. I believe he deserves more. The most amazing part about it is that he was such an unselfish person in doing the things that he did, that finding that unselfishness in other people is extremely rare, and when it is found, it should be cherished. And ever since I was this tall, my mom always preached to me, Troy, respect others, treat others the way you want to be treated, all other different kinds of, morals and values like that. And to this day, I still walk side by side with those, and I think about them every day, and I try to, help others and respect others in the best way that I possibly can. So a little bit into Mahatma Gandhi. His real name is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Has a long name. I can kind of see why they shortened it. Mahatma was the term used in the Buddhist religion, and it meant great soul. And about 90% of everybody that followed him thought he was a reincarnation of Vishnu. Now, he was the prime planner in all of the Indian right movements. He was he bridged the religious factions in the Hindu caste system, and for all those that were shown inequality in the fields and in the workplaces. There was an incident in South Africa where he boarded a train, and it was first class, and he didn't give up his seat to a white person. And this incident actually was the start of every single thing that Gandhi did. Everything that started, this was the catalyst. And after that, when he left in 1914 in South Africa, he was known as the best Indian man alive. Now, what he implemented there was called Satyagraha, and it meant soul face or firmness in truth. This was his nonviolent peace protest. He did this through interaction with the untouchables, which were the lowest social class in the Hindu caste system. He also promoted work shortages and fastings. And his, I guess in doing so, his vision for all this was to promote self-sufficiency in people, and for others to see that fulfilling yourself and figuring out yourself was more important than figuring out society as a whole. Now, globally, he did many things, such as in religion. He opened different roads and temples for the untouchables by integrating a fasting session between the untouchables and the Hindus. And after that, they were able to come together. For labor rights and for labor unions, he was huge in all that. We see today how unions and everything are affected, and how they always protest non-violently for the most part. Here in America also, we see, due to racial issues, he helped trying to unify all of that. He was the source for many African Americans in the 1930s for encouragement. He also was the U.S. Adopted a program called Comm, which means the Congress of Racial Inequality, or Racial Equality, sorry. And it was formed by a group of 1942 University of Chicago students, and every single law and every single thing that went into this act and into this program was 100% based off him. Not one thing was different, and that was the coolest thing about it. MLK is known as the Black Gandhi, and so now we're going to start seeing how it affects people and how individuals live through him, not just aspects of our lives that we're touched by, but how individuals actually live through him. MLK stated that to other countries, I'm a tourist, but to India, I'm a pilgrim. And this signifies his respect to Gandhi and how much he actually respected his values, and that going into, even though Gandhi had died in 1948 and 1959 when he went, it didn't matter in those 11 years. In India, everyone still saw Gandhi as the man, and so did MLK. Now, Mandela in South Africa used the same influence to end the apartheid. And he said that we can be dominated only if we cooperate with our dominators. And Gandhi was 100% correct in that. And that everything that South Africa did, that Mandela imposed up until 61, when the guerrilla war broke out between the ANC and the lesser people, um, you know, he held it off for as long as he could, and Gandhi's words held off things for as long as he could until things just broke down. And so that brings up the question, what broke it all down? Well, industry, I think, was a big part of that, and a mass evil presence and nuclear war. Gandhi states himself, "I believe India can only discharge her duty towards a groaning world by adopting a simple but yet a noble life, by developing her thousands of cottage industries and being at peace with the world." So as you can see, Gandhi obviously believed in just peace within himself and not other people, and not in industry, and not in growth. It wasn't about the money, it wasn't about the profit, it was just about the growth and the profit of oneself and one's mind. So, in talking about Gandhi, what do I promote here? Gandhi Day. I think Gandhi Day would be a great day. I think if we had big festivals all over the United States, that people, would sit down and, think about, what Gandhi has done, more so than what he has, what they think now. We start promoting, no smoking and no drinking. Big things Gandhi believed in. Vegetarianism, something, just for one day. Somebody try it out. Maybe that just brings some acknowledgement to that line, to that, state of mind. They'll start thinking about it and they'll change, and it just carries over. It's like a pay it forward type thing. And I think the biggest part of all this is, on that day, we should enforce harsher punishments for violent acts of crime. If murder, worse. Assault, worse. Everything should be punished and have harder sentences. And I think Gandhi, being the man that he was, should be well deserving of a day like this. So, thank you.